Namaskar, welcome to 2MG. In this video, I am going to talk about the greatest skill of 21st century. Well, 21st century is relatively new. We are just in 21st year of 21st century, so a lot is in front of us. So in your opinion, what will be the skill of this century? Every century have a skill or the skill of the century. Let us start with 19th century. What was the skill of 19th century? Yeah, think. Take your time. Well, it was time management. Yes, it was time management. Back then, it was not easy to track time as we can track it now. Even the clocks were not as efficient or as accurate as it is today. And one of the need of that time was to start machine and shift on time. It was more labor intensive work. So one who were able to keep time were the master of the game. In fact, there were many inventions around notifying time has been invented back then, like ringing bell every hour, big band kind of thing. Time management was the skill of 19th century. It is still important, but back then it was super skill. Now, look at the skill of last century, 20th century. It should be easy. No, it's not computer or internet skill. Think across horizon, across industry, across world. The skill of last century was right. It was interpersonal or communication skill. The one who is good in communication skill will excel in every field, irrespective of industry or area where one is working. Assembly line and mass production of thing has opened new way of doing business. But market boundaries start to collapse. Globalization start to become new normal. And people were doing more and more cross-selling and cross-cultural activities. So the need for better persuasion skill, conflict management, communication skill, interpersonal skills were very, very demanded. It's a skill, one of the very, very critical skill of today. But the last century, it was the best skill, the most important skill. So my friends, what do you think? What will be the skill for 21st century? Well, I can think of two. The first skill of this century is being indistractable. We are living in hyper-connected world, and this trend is going to increase more and more. So it's every time we are getting notifications, email, app notification, mobile, chat room, so on and so forth. So we are continuously surrounded with notification. It's really difficult to be focused on one thing, one or only one thing at one moment of time. But being focused is even more important now than it was ever. So the skill here is being indistractable. How one can be able to focus and not getting distracted by these notifications or by this hyper connection. There is a very nice book by Neer Eyal with the name Indistractable, further explaining it very nicely. So indistractable is definitely going to be the skill of 21st century, or one of the skill of 21st century. The second skill, as I said, there are two skills of 21st century. The second skill of 21st century is being information navigator. It's not just about the access of information. We all know with internet and everything there is limitless access of informations. But it is also about generation of new information. The entry boundary of content creation has collapsed. Now anyone can create any kind of content and publish it via different medium. So the amount of information getting created every day is humongous, and this trend will continue to increase. So on one hand, there is easy access of information. On other hand, there is ample amount of information, and there's too much information, and it will continue to grow. So the skill here is how one will be able to navigate through those information quickly, and how one will be able to search and process those information at right time, the kind of information one is looking for. And then being information navigator is about ease with unstructured information flow. Gone the days when we were talking about structured database or structured information or flow. Now it's come and go from every nooks and corner, and one who is comfortable with it and able to deal with it is going to excel, no doubt about it. So in summary, being indestructible and able to navigate through information, or being an information navigator, is the skill of 21st century. That's my opinion. Your opinion may be different than mine, and that's perfectly fine. That's the idea of this video. In your opinion, what will be the skills of 21st century? I'm more than eager to hear your opinions, your feedback. Signing off for now, this is Vivek Sinha. Thank you.